What's up, people? It's your boy Dane, D Damo, DPJR2323. That's the Twitter and IG. Go leave a follow. Um, you can tell by the topic what we about to get into. Um, so let's just go ahead and get into it, right? The Lakers and the Heat for the NBA championship for 2020. The finals. The finals. um, I'm not going to even lie to you. I knew the Lakers would make it, but the Heat, I didn't predict for them to make it. I never predicted them to go, I would say, past the second round. Um, I thought more so that it was either going to be between the Bucks or the Celtics to go to the finals from the East. But I mean, the Heat were able to take advantage of the situation that they had at hand, being able to say, okay, we're going to be in the bubble. Let's take every game at a time and do whatever we have to do to correlate and win games, and they did a solid job. But I think at the end of the day, LeBron is still going to win the championship. So my prediction on that is I got them maybe going to a 6-game series, maybe 7, but I really feel like a 6-game series. I feel as though the Heat might win the first game of the series. But at the same time, I really don't want the Lakers to let the Heat win that first game of the series, because what they did to the Celtics in that first game, I knew it was over. By the first game, I knew it was over, because based off of what they had to, the Celtics was in, they was up, I think, by like 10, 12 or whatever, and they let them come back in that fourth quarter. And once they got to that fourth quarter, it was over. I could tell. I was like, come on now. You're allowing this team to come back in the first game. In the first game, though, it was almost as if that showed like a sign of weakness. Like, we can't keep y'all down for too long. And once I seen that, I was like, okay, the Celtics lost. But I still had faith in them. But I was like, I feel like this series is over. And from then on, once they went up 2-up, and then they won that one game, and then they went 3-up, and then they won that last game, and I was like, yeah, it don't matter. It's basically over, because even in that other game, every other game after that first game was a really competitive game, like sort of. Like either the Heat would take the lead or the Celtics would take the lead, and then the Heat would come back, and it was just a very competitive game. Like, they could not keep the Heat down for as long as they should have kept the Heat down for when they had a certain amount of points on the board. And like I said, from that first game, I just was like, okay, it's over. This is not the game where what's his name blocks Tatum, but it's one of those. I think it was maybe it wasn't the first game. I don't know if it was the first game where he blocked Tatum, but I could just tell by the first game. And hopefully you've seen the first game. And after that, I didn't watch really much of the series, because I already seen that. I already felt that the Celtics was going to lose. So to get off of that and talk about the Lakers and the Heat. Lakers and the Heat. I feel as though, they have a good chance at winning the series, because obviously no crowd, there's no road, there's not a whole bunch of stuff that would usually be in the regular finals. They have a huge chance, more than they would if they weren't in the bubble. But you gotta, in some way, somehow, say, okay, is that going to outweigh the team that's superior? And they faced so many teams that were good but weren't good enough. Like, for example, they faced the Bucks. The Bucks were a great team, but they didn't have any real deep playoff experience on that team to take them all the way that way. I mean, they had people on that team that been to the playoffs and stuff like that. But I'm saying they had nobody on that team that was like, all right, this is what we need to do to get to this point. They just was a good team. They was a good regular season team with Giannis and all that, but they didn't have that dude that was like, okay, I've been to the promised land and I won one. Here's what it takes to win, and here what it takes to lose one. They didn't have that, and it basically came down to who wanted to win more at that point, because both of the teams are relatively have the same type of non-success or not able to have that experience to make it there. So it was just like, okay, comes down to who wants it more. And then with the Celtics, it was the same way. Who wants it more? And now I feel like it's not about who wants it more. Now that they're facing the Lakers, it's about who's the better team, who will put on a better performance night in and night out. Not about who wants it more. And who wants it more will win you 1 or 2 games. You know what I'm saying? But who's the better team will win you a whole series. So they basically, I think they'll win 2 games, but I don't think that they'll make it a 7-game series. I hope they don't make it a 7-game series, but I just see the Lakers just being able to win. Simple as that. Like the Heat did the best they could to get to where they got, but they don't have enough key pieces, in my opinion, to stop what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how they're gonna stop AD. Like AD just faced the Joker. Like nobody on the Heat team is the Joker. You know what I'm saying? None of them have that, that okay, who can score like him? None of them. Jimmy Butler is going to give you probably like 15, 10, and 5, 15, 10, and 6, or 15, 8, and 6, or something like that. You're not going to give you Jamal Murray numbers. So, I mean, you can come up with your own assumptions off of it, but I'm telling you, man, I'm really telling you, the Lakers going to win it. And probably by game 6, it's going to be a win for the Lakers. It'll be a 4-2 series. And that's what I feel as though will happen. So get you ready. Yes, get you ready. Get your popcorn ready. And we'll get ready to hoist that trophy for your boy LeBron for his 4th ring. that man is amazing. Now I kind of left out the Lakers on the side, but LeBron, I think he was like 4 triple doubles away from having the most triple doubles in the playoff history, like of playoffs. I was like, bro, he 4 away. So they play a 6-game series, and let's say out of that 6-game series, he gets a triple double of 20, 10, and 10, which is that's possible for LeBron. 20, 10, and 10. Like, he get that for 5 games. That means he would be 1 over, I think maybe 2 over the triple double playoff record. And if he get that, then it's like every accolade that he has will kind of just be like, it kind of just be like a beautiful way for him to end. Even though I don't think he gonna end off this year, but that would be a beautiful way for him to end. Like having almost every playoff record and this, down, and third. I think he got about 3 more years in him. I would say at the most 2 years left of him playing at this high level that he's at. And that's about it. So watch if you're a Heat fan, just be prepared to take that L, and y'all come back next year knowing what y'all got. But I honestly think, due to the situation, that's why the Heat are doing so well. But hey, thank you for listening. This will be up on YouTube, so make sure you go check it out on YouTube. Everything is in the link in the bio. So thank you guys for listening, and have a good one.